Hey everybody, we are on week 4 now, so let's take a look at what kind of assignments you've got going on for this week. So starting off, pretty typical set of assignments here. Do make sure you watch those videos. Those help out a lot before you get started on the exercises. Some things in your gathering preparation to be aware of. Make sure you watch the videos on making visual charts, and so you'll be making these visual charts preparing you as you get ready for your first exam, which is this week. And so make sure you watch those videos before you head to your gathering. And then as part of that, you will be reporting on having made those visual charts. You'll make one on decimals, one on fractions. And so once you get those made, really just some questions about that process of making those visual charts right there. And so that's what those reports will be like, just simple quizzes on that process of doing that. And again, those are there to help you get ready for exam 1. Use those as some study guides that help you review the material before you go into exam 1, and so do make sure you do those reports before you start the exam. I also recommend don't put the exam off till the last minute. It seems like there's always some kind of technical issues, whatever, that come up, so I do recommend do the exam a little bit earlier than, you know, an hour or so before the deadline there. Okay. Some things about the exam. It is closed notes, and so you're making those reports, but those are your study guides. You're not allowed to use those for this exam, but you will be able to use those on the final exam, and so hang on to those, make them good study guides. So even though you're not allowed to use them on this one, you can use those later on as well, and so make those some good study guides. So no notes, no book allowed to use as you take the exam, no calculators yet, right? We haven't been using calculators yet on any of this. And then remember that if you score above 75%, you can choose to retake the exam if you want a higher score, but it's not required. But if you score 75% or lower, you are required to retake the exam. And in the grade book, I will enter your score as a 0. If you scored 75% or less, I'll enter that 0 until you do that retake. And so before you do that retake, it does say you need to get my permission to do that, and you have to make sure you've worked with a tutor or someone else before you can do that retake. And so just be aware of that. And so usually after the exams, I do try and go through, send out an email reminder, hey, noticed you scored 75% or less on the exam. You do need to do that retake. Let me know when you're ready to do that, and then I can get that opened up so that you can do the retakes on that if you need to do it. So just keep that in mind as after you take the exam, see your score. If you do need to do retakes, then we can work that out, and that's okay. Otherwise, have your typical reflection, evaluation kind of thing here. Reflections, remember you're making your goals each week. If you're having trouble remembering what goal you made, you may want to write that down somewhere, put it somewhere you're going to see it often, right, as you're doing your work or whatever, so that you remember the goal, remember to work on it. And you can always go back into these reflection quizzes and take a look at what goal you set if you do find you've have forgotten your goal from the week before. So just some things on that. All right, good luck on that first exam.